All right. We are here, and I've been milked. I've been milked on my own stream, nonetheless. There we go. We're here to play more Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Who up dungeoning their mystery? Am I right, fellas? It's April Fool's Day, the worst day of the year. That's not an April Fool. That's a 100% sincerely true statement. Alright. Oh my gosh, the forest fire a while back was simply awful. I hightailed it out of there. Imagine your response to a forest fire just being like, oh my gosh, that was bad. I don't like it when bad things happen. Good things should happen instead. You so right. You so right. Let's check for more goodies, huh? Bulletin board. So I think all of these are just all randomly generated, ain't they? So we just gotta level up. Also, I have too many quests, so I can't do anything. Ruben says some Pokemon are trees. So fucking true. Go off. There's a mask off moment for that Bellsprout. That deserves more of an oh my gosh. Can't believe they were just oh my goshing genocide. Alright. We'll do two. These two in Thunderwave Cave. Yeah, why not? Thunderwave Cave. Okay. Get scratched. Nidoran seemed to develop a kinship with Team Furrybait while battling. Nidoran female wants to tag along. Oh, I forgot that Nidoran female and male were both like different Pokemon. I feel like that was like divergent evolutions for male and female. Like, isn't that a thing that exists in later games, but they're not separate baby Pokemon? It's just like a weird thing that has been kind of grandfathered in for this specific Pokemon and no other Pokemon. If so, that's really funny. I don't remember too much. Like, Gen 1 is probably the gen that I remember the most about. Gen 1 didn't have gender. Gotcha. Nidoran female is on an adventure with Team Furrybait. There isn't a camp where Nidoran can wait yet. Okay, well, oh well. I leveled up. Goody. Yeah, leveled up! That's what I said! Some Pokemon have visual differences based on sex. Yeah, male Pikachus have flat tails. And female Pikachus have heart-shaped tails. Hi, Jay. Hi, Blazer. Oh, oops. Did I just waste? No, I didn't. Okay, cool. I saw Sorrel in chat. Hi, Sorrel. Brakoch now I said hi to. Summon I said hi to. Said hi to Narik. There are other people here. Hi, other people. I don't remember. I was playing Pokemons. It's using all of my brain cells to navigate on a grid. And that should tell you everything you need to know about me, frankly, and my mental capacity. He leered at me. Are you kidding me right now? Pokemon can't use moves. Its travel speed also goes down. The stats wear off after a while, or it may sometimes wear off when taking damage. Electric-type Pokemon won't get this status. Hi, Raph. Would you like to go on? Yeah, I would. Thanks for asking, game. Arrived at the floor where the Tyrogue is. He's like literally right there. Damn, dude. Lovance is going crazy. Found the Tyrogue you were looking for. This job is completed. Now, I don't really know how much we're gonna need to like really level up. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'm gonna have to grind. My expectation is like maybe a little. Because that's just the kind of game this is, and if you didn't have to spend time doing things, there would be no game. You know what I mean? Like, it's such a small game. Okay. It's just such a small game that if you didn't have to grind at least a little bit, you would just blow through it. Like, that's the whole point, is to play it, I think. It's convenient that it will just select the attack that will work. I just, like, go in there and just, like, push a button. I would love to go on. You arrived at the floor where Zigzagoon is. Aw, Henya. Oh, that's a Voltorb. I thought that was an apple. Laser says, is the speed up part of the emulator? I'm not using an emulator. This is on a real-life, honest-to-goodness Nintendo Switch. I paid $60 whole for this video game. $60 whole for this video game that I thought came out a week and a half ago, but actually came out 5 years ago. Because it was very expensive. And I just saw on, like, the front page of the eShop and was like, oh my god, there's, like, a new one. But actually, it was just, like, there because of the Pokemon Direct, I think. I don't keep up with Nintendo stuff, so I didn't actually even realize. Cardinal Sinful says, I have a question. Where did the Mystery Dungeon subgenre start? I know some series did it before Pokemon did. So it started with a game called Mystery Dungeon. It started with Torchico's... that's a joke. It started with Torchico's Big Adventure Mystery Dungeon, which is a Dragon Quest spin-off where you play as Torchico the Merchant, diving into dungeons. Then, after that, the game that kind of made the series famous was Shiren the Wanderer, which is a game about being like a wandering samurai and doing mystery dungeons. And Shiren the Wanderer's popularity led to Chocobo's Mystery Dungeon and Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. And later, you know, there are... I mean, you could really point back to something like Wizardry and Etrian Odyssey as well as derivatives. Wizardry not as a derivative, but Wizardry as sort of the foundation for dungeon crawling in Japanese games that would then go on to do JRPGs, and then Mystery Dungeon kind of being a return to that style. But yeah. Alright, we got our rank up? I don't know. Hal says, the fact that Nintendo refuses to lower their prices years later should be a crime. How does Bravely Default still cost its original price? Bravely Default, you can't even buy it anymore. It was a 3DS game. And it's not made by Nintendo. Cardinal Sinful, I had heard of Shiren the Wanderer, but was never sure if it was the start of the genre. Yeah, the one Mystery Dungeon game that precedes it was... I mean, if you're not going to be pedantic and say, like, NetHack or Rogue, the one Mystery Dungeon game that precedes it, at least in terms of the series, is Torchico's Big Adventure. Raph says, Pokemons are probably the most well-known in America. In, I would say, or at least in the Western world, that's for sure. In Japan, Shiren the Wanderer is like a very legacy title. 700 Mage says, it kind of sucks that Bravely Default and Default 2 can't be on Steam, sadly. I thought Bravely Default was on 2. Or I thought Bravely Default 2 was on Steam. I own it. Isn't there a third Bravely game? There's Bravely Default and Bravely Second. Was there a third one? Hi, Sage. Yeah, Bravely Second. That's what I thought. Okay. We did good today. Let's knock it off and call it a night. Okay, let's do that then. Morning. Let's keep up our good work today. Is this the place where the team named Furry Bait is based? Hi, Baron. There's nothing here. Look at that Ekans. I'm like instantly in love. Also, I don't know if I've ever seen a Medicham before. I don't know what that Pokemon is. And I've never seen it up close, and its design makes me so uncomfortable. It looks like if you made a Shantae blow-up doll. I'm so not okay with this thing. Okay. Depressing, isn't it? Heh. Who'd run a rescue team from a dump like this? Unbelievable. No. This is not a dump. This is a nice home. This is a home that I've furnished with hay and some stools. What's with you? Oh, over there, a mailbox. Heh, yeah, check it out. This is a federal crime. If you're stealing my mail and opening it and reading it, that's a federal crime, and I'm gonna send you all to prison. You're gonna go to prison. I will prosecute to the full extent of the law. Whoa, hey, what do you think you're doing? Yes, rescue job offers. You can literally go get those at the bulletin board. They are literally free, and you get paid for them, actually. You do not need them out of my mailbox. You can get your own. You can absolutely get your own. Ooh la la, isn't that rather tasty? Argus Baron says, you think there's any form of federal law in Pokemon? There is a national police force all staffed by the same family. So, I mean, there must be. We'll have them all. Hey! Those rescue jobs were meant for us. Don't butt in. Heh. Doesn't matter who does it. We're a rescue team too, I'll have you know. But all we ever get up to is no good. Roscoe says we're so back. We're so back. Want to know how it works? If we have the cover of a rescue team, we can get away with so much more. We have our eyes on world domination. Wah! World domination? You heard right. That's why we're raking in the cash and adding to our gang. Officer Jenny? You know what you know what her actual title is? Capo Jenny. Made man Jenny. You hear what I'm saying? Put it together. Think about it. The world will be ours. The rescue team of evil. Team Meanies is who we are. Can we take a moment to just, like, appreciate this? I love this screenshot. I want this. Hold on. I'm gonna shut off the stream chat for a second and my camera and just, like, take in. This looks like someone just loaded in all the assets in, like, default Unity scene and, like, forgot to pose them. And the game just, like, is going. Like, look at these A poses. Everyone's A posing right now. And just going through an idle loop. This is the most menacing image I've ever seen in my life. I would be scared shitless, I think. See you around. Hey, wait. They took off. What a bunch of creeps. Ah, this is empty. Those guys cleaned us out. This looks like a Wii game. Yeah, welcome to every video game on the Nintendo Switch. In fact, I would say the Wii generally hits a higher resolution and average frame rate than most Switch games. We lucked out! Calipers brought us some more mail. We can go back to rescuing. But those guys, they're not getting away with anything the next time I see them. Check the mail. Sage says the only reason why I'm getting a Switch 2 is my mom wants to get me one in exchange for a Switch I have. That seems like a losing trade for your mom. Otherwise I wouldn't have one on launch. Yeah, I'm not gonna, I mean, unless something like really crazy comes out, I'm like not gonna get one at launch because I just don't care. Like like on one hand, I think every game should come out on PC always, because that means that games get preserved and exist kind of in perpetuity forever, because like people will just always be able to play them and at least archive them, and more than that, distribution is easier, and you can just kind of always get people to kind of backport support for them, etc. Options like GOG exist in the future, which is really, or in the future on the platform, which is nice. But one of, hold on, there we go. There we go. But I don't really love exclusives. Like I don't think exclusives are necessarily the best or worst thing, but I do think that they're necessary for like a console's growth. And for like the reason, like, I don't think there's anything wrong with companies saying, hey, we want an exclusive. We want to provide support to developers who want to make a game specifically for our hardware that is mutually beneficial for both of us, that shows off the power of our hardware. Like, that's literally how hardware identity was built back in the day. And as games have become much more multi-platform, suddenly the value proposition of many of the consoles goes down, because you're not buying the consoles based on their libraries anymore. You're buying them just based on how well they can play something, or like based on third-party factors like where your friends are. And what I mean by that is, like, if all of your friends only play games on Xbox Live for whatever reason, you're not going to get a PS5 or whatever, unless you're like me and you just do that because, you know, you want the exclusives. But like, I don't know, it's just, it's one of those things that I think about, because I haven't bought a Switch game that isn't Switch exclusive in the entire time that I've owned a Switch. And as a result, at the end of the day, I have like 10 actual Switch games, and every other game, including ones that people are like, oh my god, it's such a killer app for the Switch, is like a game I already have owned on Steam for 10 years, or that I waited 6 months to buy because it came to Steam in 6 months, you know? And I think I apply that also to like the PS5 and like the Xbox Series and Xbox One. I have an Xbox Series X, and I bought it because I was like, oh, Game Pass, and maybe it'll be easier to stream that way, like way back when I was first getting into streaming, thinking it would be useful. But at the end of the day, the only thing I got out of buying an Xbox Series X is a console that plays all of the same games I can play on my computer worse than my computer can play them. That cost like more than the quality differential that my PC costs. You know, like, it can run, like, let's say like the Xbox Series X, it can run a new game at like 10% the performance that my PC can run it for a quarter of the price of my PC. But like, that might sound like a good deal, and I get it if you like want a console or whatever, but that's 10% of the value for 1/4 the cost. That doesn't add up. when I could just like get a mid-range PC if I really wanted to, or get like a Steam Deck if I wanted something, if I didn't care about performance and just wanted to play whatever, you know, barring stuff with kernel anti-cheat, which I can't even play on my PC right now because I run Linux as a daily driver. Like, you know, it's one of those things that I don't understand the value of modern consoles at this point, because outside of Sony, where they do actually have exclusives that are good and are worth playing, 9 times out of 10, I can just play exclusives, or play games that would otherwise be exclusives on my PC that I've already paid for, that already runs everything great, that's like a couple years old now, basically. Like, it's already more than paid for itself. Like, I just don't need to, and I'll be able to play those games in perpetuity. Like, again, I just don't see it. So that's probably why I won't end up playing a, probably won't end up getting a Switch 2 immediately. I, like, can't fucking navigate this area. I'm, like, so... For some reason, the grid is just, like, fucking my brain up. I should probably turn it off. Oh. Tyro wants to tag along. Yes. He has a rare quality Squeeze Out. I hate that. I'm gonna, oops. I guess I'll use a Wigglytuff thingy. Wigglytuff Orb. Use. You hear Wigglytuff's voice from somewhere. Welcome to Wigglytuff's Camp Corner. Make a camp. Which list do you want to see? List of Pokemon. Which Pokemon do you want to check? Tyrogue, I guess? Mount Discipline. Okay, Mount Discipline, right? That'll be 700. Sure. Here we go. I left that guy to die last floor. Oops. Can I just go back? Just go back and get him. Oh, okay. Oopsie. See, the game just froze when I was trying to do that. Oh well. Yeah, I guess that guy died. Oopsie. I need to... I opened the menu and forgot to just do the thing I wanted to do. Which was turn off the grid. Because I accidentally turned it on thinking it was something else. Oh my god, so much more navigable. Thank you. Jeez. Okay. Also, talking while playing games is hard. And also, I mean, it goes without saying, but I generally don't, like, love supporting Nintendo blindly as a consumer, because they do a lot of things that I do not agree with and think are bad, and don't want to monetarily reward them for that. Which I know is ridiculous, given that I'm playing a fucking Pokemon game that costs a ridiculous amount of money. But, I don't know, this game's kind of fun. I don't mind supporting this, of all things. I certainly prefer to support this than, like... Ball Toy develops a kinship. Sure, we'll take Ball Toy. Defensive Rhythm. Whenever Pokemon are hit by attacks or defense and special attacks are boosted, this effect only lasts one turn. Alright, cool. Damn. No, dude. I'm not trying to be careless. I'm trying to attack this thing. But I'm not allowed to cut corners, apparently. Thanks, Love Ends. Oop. Love Ends got squeezed out. Hell yeah. Ooh woo. Drink. Nintendo's probably gonna kill me for playing this game this way. That's fine. Here we go. Jesus Christ. We're getting ripped on right now. I need to eat an apple. I would love to go on. Sponsorship arc, please. Pay me. I'm begging everyone and anyone to pay me. I don't care who you are, pay me. Except I do care who you are very deeply. I don't want you to pay me if you're like a war criminal. But if you're not a war criminal, you can pay me. Rattata and the other Pokemon gained a magical power. Yippee. Oh, oopsie. I forgot to exit the dungeon. Sure, we'll beat you up. Dude, these guys are getting blammed hard. Blammer slammer. Get wrecked. Dude, I have like a whole army here with me. Yes, God, I would love to escape from this dungeon. Yes, please. Sorry, I left one guy to die. Mara says you can't just call a Pokemon Baltoy. You absolutely can, and you will. Meditite evolves into Medicham. Does he? Tyrogue wants to join your team. His rare quality squeeze out. Tyrogue can stay at the Mount Discipline Camp. Okay. Do you want Tyrogue to join your team? Yes. Do you want to give Tyrogue a nickname? Yes. Plug. There's no camp for Baltoy to stay at. What happens to the Pokemon that I left there? Do we just find his corpse? Is it just does it pan over a video of his skeleton just like wasting away? Do you see this? I'm gaining so many points. We're so pointed now. Wait, this thing evolves into Medicham? This thing's so much cuter than Medicham. What the hell? Okay, bye. Huh.